Hello kids, Shubha Mangalam. This is Hemalata at Little Scholar High School taking up class 4 science, and we are in lesson number 3 children, the human body, wherein we are studying about the digestive and excretory systems. In our previous class we have discussed about the entire process of digestion, right from the mouth where we take the food till the unwanted material is given out from the body through anus. Now we should start with a new topic of the same lesson, that is healthy habits related to digestion. Today's topic is about healthy habits related to digestion. Now what is the first point in that? Yes, eat a balanced diet. What is the first point he is saying here? Eat a balanced diet. Now what do you understand by balanced diet, children? Balanced diet is the food which contain all the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Okay, so this balanced diet need to be consumed by us on a regular basis. It's not that one day you will take the balanced diet, or for a week you will take the balanced diet and next 2 days you will stop it. That is not the way to take the balanced diet. Balanced diet in the sense is the food which has to be consumed on every day on a regular basis, because it includes all the nutrients. If one of the nutrient is also not consumed by us properly, for example, if you are taking more of carbohydrates and you are taking more of fats but you are not taking good amount of proteins, then you will get diseases related to protein deficiency. Deficiency means lack or less amount of proteins. So if you are going on eating lot of carbohydrates and fats but you are not taking proteins, then what happens? You will get diseases which are related to protein deficiency, or diseases which are related to lack of protein deficiency. Hence we need to take a balanced diet. You should always plan your diet in such a way that that includes all the nutrients, like I said, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals also. Vitamins and minerals are also very important, children. Usually many people will neglect these vitamins and minerals because they feel that these vitamins and minerals we get mostly from the fruits and leafy vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, and many people will neglect consuming the fruits from which is the rich source of vitamins. And if you are not taking these vitamins and minerals also, again it will lead to some other dangerous diseases. Okay, hence we need to take a balanced diet. Next point, children, wash your hands. What is the next point related to healthy eating habits? Wash your hands. Now all of you know that we have taught right from our childhood that before eating and after eating we should wash our hands. For example, you are there in the school and you are touching your books, your pencils, your sharpeners, your erasers, you are touching your bag, maybe your friends' books and all. And during the lunch break, if you are not washing your hands, what happens, children? All the dust which is there on the bag or the compass box or the pencil eraser will naturally will come to your hands, yes or no? Then, and some of the microorganisms, some germs are there, or some microorganisms can be there like bacteria and all, which we cannot see with our eyes, but they are on your hands. And without our knowledge, if you are eating the food, that bacteria or the germs is getting into our body. And what happens if this unwanted germs or dust is getting into our body? Naturally again you will fall ill, yes or no, children? So before, always, wherever you are, whether you are at a home or school or any party, you make sure that you are washing your hands before eating. And naturally after eating, every one of us will wash your hands, because it is not a good manners that after eating the food we just leave the hand like that, or we just clean it up with some napkin or a tissue paper. Again you should wash your hands with water only. Water is the best way to clean the hands before and after eating, and try to use the soap for the washing purpose also. Then next is what, children? Eat slowly and chew food well. What is the third point he is talking about? Eat slowly and chew food well. Eat slowly. Always eat slowly means it doesn't mean that you will take hours and hours time of eating, children. It means you should give some 15 to 20 minutes at least minimum time, so that you can chew the food properly. And why we need to chew the food properly? Because the food what we are keeping in our mouth are little larger in size. That means the food pieces, or the we take different varieties of foods. Yes, the roti, rice, bread, anything we can talk about. So these are larger in size. The food what we are keeping in our mouth are larger in size. So we have to break this food into smaller pieces, and that is done with the help of the teeth. Yes or no? We already learned that we have four types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. And each teeth will help in tearing, biting, chewing, grinding the food. That is the reason the teeth are properly arranged in the mouth. So with the help of these four kinds of teeth, we need to chew the food properly and perfectly with little amount of time, so that it is easily it is broken down into small pieces, and it becomes soft also, so that it goes into the next part of the digestive system, and it is easy for the food also to get digested. So always give some time for the food to eat slowly and chew the food perfectly well. Then what is the next point? Never overeat. What is the next point? Never overeat. Many people have the habit of overeating, children, especially when we go to parties or any functions, or many people will get attracted towards the outside food, even though they have their breakfast or meals at home. But still, whenever they go out for some work or for shopping and all, what they will do, they get attracted for this outside food, or in because of the tasty dishes which are present maybe at home or in some functions and all. We get tempted and we overeat them. When we are overeating, what happens? One problem will arise, that is obesity. What is obesity? Obesity is the increase in weight. What is obesity? It is the increase in body weight. Increase in body weight. Yes or no, children? So increase in body weight. When you overeat without any control on the food, what happens? You will keep on increasing your weight. That is also a very dangerous problem. Okay, because when a person is overweight, then his heart will not function properly. When heart is not functioning properly, the blood cannot be pumped to all parts of the body, and when blood cannot be pumped naturally, the organs will not function properly, and again it leads to some dangerous conditions. So never overeat the food. Always take the food which is required or which can be consumed by us only. And if you are overeating also, not only obesity is a problem, but one more problem can be, like we have already discussed, that there are certain juices and enzymes which are secreted or which are given out by the digestive system. So what sometimes what happen, the juices or the enzymes which are secreted by the body are not sufficient enough or not good enough to digest the extra amount of the food. So never take food in larger quantities. If required, only go for the next serving. Otherwise, eat in a controlled manner which is sufficient enough to give you the energy and to do the activities. Then fifth point, eat at a regular time. Eat at a regular time. We already learned that for every 4 hours the food is getting digested. Yes or no? It takes 4 hours for the food to get digested. That means you need to plan your day in such a way that whenever you are having the breakfast, again you should have your meals immediately after the 4th hour. Then you have some like a dinner or little snacks in the evening, and again there should be gap between whatever you are eating. There should be a regular time of 4 hours should be maintained, because the system takes minimum 4 hours for the food to get digested. That is the reason here it is mentioned regular time. You should plan your day to eat the food in a regular intervals of time. Okay, children? Then stop munching in between meals. What is saying here? Stop munching in between meals. And what you understand by stop munching in between the meals? Just now we said that we need to eat at regular intervals of time. That means if you are eating the breakfast and there is 4 hours gap for your lunch, in between this breakfast and the lunch, in between of these 4 hours, again if you are eating some snacks which are heavy snacks, can be chips or any junk food or any extra food apart from your of this breakfast and the lunch, people will get tempted to many of the outside food or junk food or any oily food which is prepared at home or bought from outside. Yes or no? So munching is nothing but taking the snacks in between the meals. If it is also done, what happens? Again you are overloading your digestive system, which is leading to some other problem. As I said earlier, the enzymes and the juices may not be sufficient enough to digest the food. The food will not get digested properly, and again in after munching of the snacks and all, again you are having your lunch also. Okay, so you are overeating. Yes or no? You are overeating. That is all leading to a problem. You are not giving the digestive system to get the food digested properly, and without any sense we are going on eating. So we should stop the habit of munching in between the meals. But if there is a lot of gap, if due to a busy schedule, usually for the busy people, if there is lot of gap between the breakfast or lunch, or for the lunch to dinner, the salad can be taken. Salad is nothing but very light salad. Okay, that your carrots or your kiras, a little bit of sprouts in the morning, and one fruit. It is advisable if there is a lot of gap between the food. Okay children, now this is about stop munching in between the meals. Then avoid eating junk food. Avoid eating junk food. Now what do you understand by avoid eating junk food? Yes, junk food is the food which we normally eat or get it from outside. Okay, like your pizzas, your burgers, your aerated drinks like colas, pepsis, thumbs up and all, your Fryams, Frankies, all these are the junk food. It is very tasty to eat children, because they add some tasty substances for the person to eat more and more in quantity. Some few substances are added to that particular junk food so that the person can eat it in a larger quantity, but they are not are good qualities, but they are not that good for the health. I mean to say that they are not that nutritional value for the body. And sometimes in this junk food we eat the food which are available in the supermarkets and all, wherein they are stored in the stores. They are kept in the stores for few months together, adding some preservatives. These preservatives are nothing but chemicals. Yes or no children? That means you are eating the food which is already prepared 1 or 2 months back, which is added with some preservatives. Instead of eating this fresh food which is prepared at home, you are eating this kind of processed food we added with some preservatives, and you are consuming this food. So this kind of junk food, so always it is better to avoid the junk food, because it is of very low nutritional value. Okay, then what is the eighth point? Drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. Why we have to drink a plenty of water? You might have heard this, your parents saying, or teacher also in the classroom will say, whenever you, the and short break are also allotted for you in the school, so that you can have the water. Yes, water is also one of the important component or the substance or a liquid we can say, which has to be taken as on a regular basis, daily children. Why? Because if you are not taking the water, the food whatever we have eaten, that is the solid substance. Yes or no? That is the solid food what we are taking. So when we consume the water only, it makes the digestion process to become much easier. If you take water only, our food will get digested easily. That is one point. And second point is, if you're not taking water on a daily basis, the cells which are present or the organs which are there in our body will get dried up. Even the skin also will get dried up, and it becomes little very hard, and it becomes very folded skin you will get. And one more problem, if you're not drinking water, you see children, we are losing water in from the body in three ways. Like urine is passed by the animals or human beings, yes or no? That means we are losing water in the form of urine, in the form of sweat. In the form of sweat, when you are uh, uh, normally during summer you sweat a lot. On normal days also, if you are doing lot of physical work, or if you are playing, or if you are involved in any sports, what will happen? You will sweat a lot. That means what is coming? A sweat is nothing but water. So we are losing water in the form of urine, in the form of sweat also, and we are also losing water from the body in the form of water vapor. That means whenever you are breathing in or breathing out, what happens? Breathing in and breathing out, what happens is air is coming out. Of course, oxygen is going inside and carbon dioxide is coming out from the body. But along with the carbon dioxide which is given out from the body, some water vapor is also coming out. Some water vapor is also coming out from the body. That means we are losing water in the form of urine, in the form of sweat, and in the form of water vapor. And if you are, that is the reason it is advised to drink water in a good amount on a daily basis. Minimum 7 to 8 liters of water is recommended by the doctors also, to stay healthy, to maintain the skin healthy, for the easy digestion of the food, and to uh, compensate this water loss from the body. So we need to have or drink plenty of water. And ninth point, what does the ninth point says? Exercise regularly. Yes, exercise regularly. Now we are eating the food, you are eating the balanced diet with all the nutrients, and you are eating for every 4 hours, and sometimes you are overeating also, but there is no physical activity, there is no activity to the body. Then what will happen? The fat will get accumulated in the body. The fat will get accumulated in the body, and that is a problem, because the fat is getting accumulated in the body, proper blood circulation will not take place. So it is good to exercise regularly. It can be indoor also. You can do exercises indoor. You can do yoga indoor. If possible, you can go outside for jogging, cycling, yes or no children, for walking and all. So this will improve the strength of the muscles also. It makes your mind also refresh. It helps to get rid of the fat, and it is helpful for the overall maintenance of the body, so that all the organs which are present in the body can function properly. So exercise is also or should be a part of the life. Okay, now what is the 10th point? Have a healthy breakfast. What is the 10th point? Have a healthy breakfast. Now, why we need to have a breakfast? Yes, a breakfast is compulsory children, because after the dinner you are going to bed, and morning when you get up and do some activities in the morning, it is taking some 8 to 10 hours of gap. Okay, so your stomach is empty now. From 8 is taking 8 hours, 8 hours sleep, and morning some activities and all that done. So it is taking some 8 to 9 or 10 hours of gap. We should not leave our stomach empty for such a long period of time. So whatever your schedule may be, make it a timetable. Make sure that you are taking the breakfast and you are not going out just without any breakfast. Okay children, and breakfast is must, because you need energy for your activities to do, to start a day. For example, you are going to a school, then if you are not having any breakfast at home and going in the first hour itself, you feel hungry and you will not be able to concentrate in your class, yes or no? And not only that concentration, but it will not give you that much required amount of energy to go to work also. Any person it can be. Okay, so breakfast is must. So never skip a breakfast. Make it a point that you will plan your day, or you will wake up early in the morning, so that you will give some time for the breakfast also. Now what is the 11th point? The 11th point, or the last point of the healthy habits, are close your mouth while eating and do not talk with mouth full. So what is saying here? Close your mouth while eating and do not talk with the mouth full. Whenever you are having your food, it can be breakfast, lunch or dinner, anything, you have to make sure that you are eating properly. That is, your mouth closed means you will not make any kind of sounds when you are eating. You have to chew the food in a well manner. We will, without making any noise which is irritating to the other person. And you should follow some table manners. Yes or no, children? That means whenever you are eating your food, make sure that you are concentrating on the food and chewing the food properly, rather than talking to your friend or family members or watching a TV. And you should not talk with your mouth open. This is a very bad habit of talking while eating the food, because whenever you are talking while eating, sometimes what happens is, the by chewing by mistake the food particles or the food grains may fall out, may come out. That is one bad thing. And second thing here is, whenever you are talking while eating, what happens here, you get choke means like, for example, the food has to enter the food pipe. Yes or no, children? When you keep the food in the mouth, it has to go into the food pipe only. But sometimes whenever you are talking, instead of the food going into the food pipe, if it is going into the wind pipe means through which the air enters into the lungs. Okay, windpipe, here we have two pipes, children. One is for the food and one is for the air to blow, so air to go inside the lungs. So while you are talking, when you are eating, what happens is, sometimes by mistake, instead the food going into the food pipe, it may go into the windpipe, which goes into the lungs. Then it is a very dangerous condition. Okay, sometimes the person may die also. So always make it a point that you're closing your mouth and eating in a very neatly manner, and you are not at all talking when you are having your food. So these are the healthy eating habits related to digestion of the food. When you are following all these 11 points, definitely your food will get digested properly, and you will not get any kind of diseases also. Okay, children? Now let us move to one more topic, that is need for water. Here your 8th point is already given, that drink plenty of water. Now here we will learn why we need to drink plenty of water. What is the importance of water? Okay, now importance of water or need of water: help in digestion, breaking down the food, absorption of nutrients. So whenever you are taking the whenever you are taking water in a good amount, that will help the food to get it digested right in the mouth. Whenever you are taking the food, the saliva which is there in the mouth, which is nothing but a watery substance, yes or no? So that will mix up with the food, that makes the food soft, and it moves through the other parts of the digestive system. That means it is helping the food to become soft, and even it is also helping the larger food substances to break down into smaller food substances for the easy digestion of the food. And it also helps in the absorption of the nutrients. When you are see, all the nutrients which are taken by us have to be absorbed by the blood. I said yes or no? All the nutrients whatever we are taking has to be absorbed by the blood, and this can happen perfectly when we are drinking lot of water. So this is the importance of the water. What is the importance of water? It helps in digestion, breaking down of the food and the absorption of the nutrients. What are nutrients, children? We said, already learned, nutrients are nothing but these are the substances which are present in the food, like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Okay. Now, if you are not drinking good amount of water, or if your food is not getting digested properly, if you are not drinking good amount of water, or if your food is not getting digested properly, what are the problems a person can face? He can face digestive disorders, constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel movements. I am reading again. Digestive disorders, constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel movements. Digestion disorders means, we said that water will help in the easy digestion of the food. That means if the food is not getting digested, the person may feel uneasy, means he is not able to, because some kind of irritation occurs, maybe a kind of a gas will generate, that is because of the undigestion of the food. So some disorders will occur, he cannot be a healthy person. If the food is not getting digested properly, we cannot call that person as a healthy person. So that is digestive disorder. What do you understand by the meaning of constipation? Constipation means if you are not drinking water properly, we said that unwanted material is generated in the body after the food is getting digested. That has to be removed from the body. The undigested food, undigested waste material which is there in the body, has to be removed from the body through anus. If it is not removed on a regular basis, if the waste material is not given out from the body on a regular basis, then that problem is called as constipation. Again, it will also lead to some other kind of health issues or health problems. So that is constipation. Diarrhea is water motions. It is liquid water motions is called as diarrhea. So always make it a point that you are eating all the nutrients, eating the food properly, chewing the food properly, drinking water also, to avoid all these kind of problems. And irritable bowel movements, we said that unwanted waste material has to be given out from the body. If we are not drinking water properly, there is a kind of pain in the body or in the anus, when the material waste material has to come out from the body. So irritable bowel movements, it is not easy. Irritable bowel movements means it is not easy to give the waste from the body. This is the meaning. Now we have discussed about the healthy eating habits of to digest the food, and we also discussed the importance of water. Here your digestive system ends, children. We have like two topics, no, digestive and excretory. With this topic your digestive system ends, and we shall move to the excretory system in the next class. Now please write down the Sakshi. In the previous class I asked you to draw the digestive system, the diagram of the digestive system. And today's work is complete page number. We have completed page number 32 and 33, children. We are done with the explanation of page number 32 and 33. Now you have to write about the digestive system. That means you have to write this about the digestive system. That is right from the mouth. You are taking the food from the mouth till the anus. You have to write this. That is, I mentioned the page number. Write about the digestive system. That is on page number 32. Page number 32. So you have to write about the digestive system. First do the diagram, label the diagram perfectly well, and you write about the digestive system. This is a very easy topic. I hope you understood the topic. In the next class we shall move to the excretory system. Thank you.